Cardinals, they're paying tribute. Great baseball man. I don't think ever got enough national recognition for what he did. Former general manager Walt Jocketty has passed away at the age of 74. He built the modern day edition of the Runnin' Redbirds. He was also general manager of Cincinnati Reds, Oakland Athletics. He was responsible for hiring Tony La Russa. They won 7 National League Central titles with him as their general manager, 2 National League Championship titles, went to the World Series, won a ring there. Not only did he hire that manager, while Walt Jocketty was the general manager in charge of the draft, Yadier Molina, Albert Pujols, Mark McGwire, Jimmy Edmonds, Scott Rowland, Adam Wainwright, Chris Carpenter, David Eckstein. That's a pretty good lineup of players that Walt Jocketty brought on board. I don't think he ever really got the kind of recognition he deserved. Did a hell of a job in St. Louis for a long period of time. So he has passed away. Dodgers, out of sight, out of mind, but always in the headlines. Trevor Bauer is in more trouble in Japan. He's not pitching very well for the Yamaha Bay Stars, but he has now filed 2 lawsuits against the women that he had been involved with who had filed lawsuits against him. They had settled these things out of court, and the women violated the confidentiality clauses in the settlements. Now Bauer's going after them for defamation of character because they keep putting stuff out on social media about the incident or about money. Trevor Bauer, oh boy, he's having a tough time. Yokohama Bay Stars, not just on the mound, but obviously off the field. You don't see this very often. Let's just talk about the Boston Red Sox. Walker Buehler, Dodgers. Would have liked to see him with the Padres. 4-1. He's the ace of the Red Sox staff.
Nice. Good for him.
9 strikeouts last start. Really, really dominant with him. You like to see good things happen to guys who travel a tough road coming back and rehab. Brandon Woodruff, who's had multiple shoulder problems, 5 shutout innings in his last rehab start in the minor leagues. He's had 3 good starts in a row in the Brewers farm system. So good for him. He's going to get the chance to come back pretty quickly. I wanted to mention Arizona, and we didn't get it up there. Did you see what happened on the weekend with their third baseman DH, Eugenio Suarez?
Oh, yeah, 4 home runs.
4 home runs and 4 at-bats, and they lost. He was cranking the ball. He doesn't hit for average. He grinds as a third baseman, first baseman, but dude can pop the ball. He's moved around baseball a lot. He was in Cincinnati prior to that. He's been a bunch of different spots. He had 4 home runs, 4 solo shots for Arizona. They wound up losing. And then there's the Giants, your first place Giants. I laughed when I saw this, and I had totally forgotten about this. His name is Heliot Ramos, young outfielder, kind of a super utility guy prospect, hasn't hit for the major leagues. He hit a ground ball that became what they call a little league home run. And I've totally forgotten about this phrase. I've heard this a long time ago. He hit a ground ball in the game over the weekend and was picked up. Was thrown by the first baseman. So Ramos is rounding first. He goes to second. First baseman running down the line because of the bad ricochet. He picks it up. He throws it to third to try to get Ramos going to third. He throws it over third baseman into the other bullpen area. Ramos comes all the way around, and what should have been an infield out becomes what they call a little league home run because he circled the bases and scored. You can identify with that.
It was great, and I've seen people on X that have they've kind of charted it out so you can see the live video of it happening and the animation of the ball and the players on the diamond, and it's a lot of fun. But I want to talk about Walt Jocketty if I could, because the Cardinals as an organization get a lot of respect because of they always seem to be one of the most well-run organizations. Here locally in San Diego, I always think of the Cardinals the way I think of Torrey Pines High School, where they're never bad. They're usually really good or at worst sort of mid. Now lately that's changed with the Cardinals, but we always praise the organization. We don't necessarily praise Walt Jocketty as much. So, but you listed all those names. Now McGwire was drafted by the A's, but he signed. Did he come over to the Cardinals in a trade or was it a free agency?
It's a good question. I don't recall. It might have been free agency, but he was one of a cavalcade of great players that they brought through that farm system. Oh,
Well, yeah, and they bring them up the Cardinal way, with their player development, everything. That's a great organization. So, rest in peace, Walt, Jocketty. The other comment, Brandon Woodruff. Because remember when Corbin Burns was with the Brewers, and it was always Woodruff 1, Burns 2.
Yep.
And then suddenly Woodruff sort of disappeared, and
He got
Corbin
hurt.
Burns became number 1. And now Burns is with the Diamondbacks, and I kind of forgot about Woodruff. So,
well, they were both about to become free agents at the same time, and Woodruff got hurt, injured his shoulder, and had surgery. And then they both became free agents. Burns went to Baltimore. Woodruff had surgery, went on the DL. Brewers have been very patient with him, signed him to a minimum contract. He's done all rehab for 2 years. Now he's had all these good outings in rehab. So he'll be back in Milwaukee, I think, within a couple of weeks. You root for these guys. Rehab is so hard, especially pitcher surgery. So
for
hard.
2 years. I mean, it's forever.
Yep. Okay, that's all things baseball. Feel free. Jump on board if you want. Join us in the Fans Forum chat box.